Well, welcome to Workshop Studios, and today we have a tape measure that isn't behaving itself. You can see that the button's stuck, and this is totally stuck. And partly it's because I had it outside, and I was measuring things that got muddy and wet, and it probably got the tape dirty. You can see right there it is. But I've tried oiling it up, and that's just no good, so I think we're going to need to take it apart. So let's do that and see what's on the inside of a tape measure. All right, so here we go. The big unveiling. Now there is a spring in here, obviously. So far so good. And we don't want it to go flying all over the place, so we'll do this as carefully as we can. Here's a little guide. And the tape is certainly not wound up well in its reel here. Let's take it out of there and see what happens. Okay. I'm holding on to this pretty tight so it doesn't unwind. But I can see right now, can you see in there? That's not wound well at all there. So we may take the whole thing out and see if we can find out what's wrong with it. So I'll go ahead and do that off camera. I'll unwind it and see if there's anything that's obvious, then I'll bring you back. All right, so I've unwound. It's a 30-foot tape measure. There's tape all over the floor here. But I've unwound it, and hopefully you can see in there that this spring inside is not doing well. And that should be kind of pulling it down more. So let's take it off of here. This is pretty simple. You just kind of rotate it around in this slot here, and then it'll come out of there. Should just come right out. There we go. So now the tape is off of this part, and this should have, this spring in here should be winding better. So let me figure out what's wrong with that. See, so when I pull on this, that tape should want to come out of there, I guess. So let's check that out and see what's going on. All right, so I tried winding it up, and this was showing itself. So this right here, let's see if I can point at it, right there, the spring is broken. But now there is quite a bit of spring left in there. So we might be able to take this apart and bend the spring so that we can use this again. Let me see. There we go. You can see better without that light. Excuse me. So the way we're going to do this is this plastic thing will rotate and come off of here. So let's try that. Let's see if we can do that at all. Let me try this offline here. Well, now that we have it apart, you can see it's broken in a bunch of places here. It's broken here. I don't know if you can see that, but that's broken on a bunch of levels. And this is broken over here. And this is broken over here. So I'm not sure how much good this will do to take this apart because it doesn't look like we have much spring left. But let's do it anyway. We'll see what it looks like. Well, you can see that there's about 20 pieces, separate pieces of spring here, some little, some bigger, and that's just not good. That means that spring has started to break on its own, which means that this is just junk now. Well, I wish we could have fixed it, but there's just no fixing that. There's just too many broken springs there, or too many breaks in that spring. So we'll have to call that one a loss, because we couldn't repair a big old spring like that. But at least we got to see what was inside a tape measure. So thanks for watching. And not all of them are successful. Some have to go in the trash, and we go to the store and buy a new one. But yeah, you can see, if I put these up close, you can see a little better. There's little bits of spring in there, and it broke off. Get closer here, see if you can actually see it. Come on, get in focus there, you. There you go. You can see those jagged edges of that spring where it broke. So clearly, this particular tape measure was at the end of its useful life, because when the springs break like that, then you can't use them as a tape measure anymore. Well, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video. Keep trying to fix things, even when they can't be. Thanks all. Bye.